Hey y'all, I just wanted to come in and make a video. I said that I was gonna make more videos coming up because I like doing it and people like what's real. So here we go. I came out to buy a couple of items for an order that I'm about to make, and so I just wanted to give my little testimony spiel concerning what it's been like as a self-taught baker, and what people don't realize when you are self-employed, so to speak. As you all know, that I am a nurse as well, so I do work full-time as a nurse, but I also bake. I love baking. It's something that the Lord literally just kind of placed in my hands. It's something that I did not know anything about. Growing up in my household, my mom did not bake. She was not a baker. She was a cook, but she was not a baker. And so that just goes to show you and to tell you, let you know that the Lord literally did it. And there will be some things that in your life the Lord will literally place in your hands, and it's all a part of who you were always made to be as a business person, as a believer, as one who is thriving to meet that purpose. And so clearly baking was one of my things, because I started baking and it literally just, it bloomed and blossomed very, very fast. And I did not know a lot when it came down to it. This is what people don't realize though. For one, let me just say this. Don't ever let anybody make you feel like you have to support only them. When it comes to if a person is doing something that somebody else is doing. And we all know that in this area, in this location, that there's a lot of us that do the same thing, right? So don't let a person, a friend, a family member, whomever, please don't let anybody make you feel like that's the only person you have to support. First of all, if we want to get into the spiritual side of that, that's witchcraft, because that's manipulation. Because if you feel guilty in supporting somebody else because your family member or your friend does the same thing, that's manipulation. Whether that person put a gun up to your head or said, hey, you supposed to support me and only support me or not, which more than likely they didn't say that, they didn't do that, but might as well be the same thing. It's the same exact thing. So y'all, please stop feeling like if somebody else is doing the same thing, that's a family member, a friend, that you are only supposed to support them. I support all types of people, not because they are who they are, it's because they got good quality of what they selling. And that's just what it is. If I lighten up on supporting you, it's probably because I just didn't want it at the time. It's no big deal, no hard feelings or anything like that. But understand and realize that some of the people you guys don't support are the people that you should be supporting, because just because you're sowing a seed into their business. It's so much beyond just saying, hey, I want what you have. You are literally sowing a seed to something that could potentially bless you in the long run, like in a major way. And so know when you should be supporting a person just because, you know, this is something that I should be doing. The other thing about baking is people don't like to pay you for your time, your effort, the amount that you spend out on the ingredients. A lot of us, and you know what, I'll speak for myself. I won't say a lot of us because I honestly don't know if this is a lot of people's thing, but for me, when I first started baking, I bought all the ingredients, and then I would make the product. The person, you know, then get the product, and then they pay me. People will say all day long, hey, I want this, I want that, but it's like they don't want to pay you for that product up front. What they don't realize is you're using your hard-earned money to go out and buy things that they themselves don't want to buy for their own household. Look at inflation and how expensive everything has gotten at the grocery stores. Like, you know, like everybody knows. It's not like you don't know. Oh, I didn't know groceries went up. You know, because you buying food for your household, so you know how expensive it is. So don't take it to heart when people say, hey, you got to pay up front. It's not that they're being mean or ugly. It's just, it's business. And if it were you would want the same thing. Not to mention storefront businesses, you have to do the same thing. Either you paying a deposit or you paying full cost when you place that order. So I don't know why people seem to think that because you are a house-made business person that you're not supposed to, or they are not supposed to adhere to those same rules. Or when you do, they doing too much, and so I won't do business with them. No, it's not that. It's that you have to take in consideration of all the things that factor in when people go to bake or make a product. I do not like using products that are not name brand. You can definitely taste the difference. So you're gonna pay for what I give you, because I know what I give you is a quality product. You know, it takes time. I have children, I have a husband. I love all of them. I love my husband. I love my husband dearly. I love my children dearly. I have a busy teenager, and so it's not that people are just, you know, yeah, you have a business, but you also have a family. And if you're one that likes to incorporate all those things into one, you don't do one or the other before the other, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not just gonna bake and then neglect my family. That's not me. And for one, because I never want to look back and say, oh man, you know, that time where I was trying to make an extra $1, I really should have been spending time with my children. Yeah, that won't be me at all. I will never look back and say I should have did this or I should have did that differently. I won't be one of those people. And so the biggest thing is support those people who genuinely care about and love what they do, and you'll be able to identify those people by their customer service. How do they act towards you when they place an order? What is the order like when it's giving? So many different things that you take into consideration. If they have something that you know you like and you would like to try, buy it. No matter who it is, support it. Support those people. Support them in their business. It's simple. It's very, very simple. For a little period of time, I stopped baking because I went back to work full-time in nursing, and that kind of hurt me because people like to see you post your item, and the less you post your item, it's like out of sight, out of mind. And so then when you start back posting again, it's kind of like, she don't have nothing I want, you know, this person is doing this now, and so I've been doing that, or whatever, which is fine, you know, but it does help to continue to like post your things on a regular basis. So that's pretty much it. It's very, very time consuming, and it plays a lot on your body, depending upon how much a person is taking in as far as orders goes. Before I went back to nursing, going back to nursing was almost like a relief, because I had gotten to a point to where I was making orders or taking in orders, and I would be up on my feet like for 12 hours, like straight, just trying to get those orders out. And my husband would tell you there was some times where he'd be like, when you coming to bed, like what time are you're gonna be done? And I just be like, I can't come to bed until I get these orders out. So it's a lot that factor into it. When you first started, it's exciting. You're like amazed, and you're like, wow, you know, people are supporting me, and they want what I'm producing, what I have. And then after that, you go through this period where it just becomes draining and exhausting, and you have to pull away. And sometimes you may pull away too long, or people start to feel like, oh, you know, they're being ignored and all this kind of stuff. It's not like that. It's just that person has to take care of themselves mentally as well as physically. And I don't think people really take into consideration of those things. I know bakers that no longer bake because it's so much that goes into it. And there's always new people that are coming out, you know, with different things, and that's great because we all can offer something different. That's another thing. This person we may do the same thing, but this person may offer one thing, I may offer another thing, and so you have that. And so it's not like because everybody bakes, they all know. That's not what it is. Like, I just posted my son's birthday cake on yesterday, and that's not what I do. I don't, if anybody come to me and say, hey, can you make this cake? I'm gonna say no, because that's not what I do. Birthday cakes are not my expertise. There are some things that I would like to critique first before I put those items out. One thing about my products is the moisture. Birthday cakes, it takes so much time to decorate that when you just have that cake out, the moisture depletes. And there's some things that I need to learn how to do while I'm making that cake to retain that moisture. And so that's why homemade cakes is my thing. Another thing that factors in is the kind of stove you have. And right now, my stove, it's terrible. It really, really sucks. And so that's another reason why I haven't really been baking like I would love to. But if there's anybody out there that ever want to place in an order, just send me an inbox. Like, I'm always open. People will tell you I always check my inbox. You'll never be left on red, or I will never ignore your messages. That's one of the things that, you know, I take pride in. If you take out the time enough to say, hey, I want what you have, then I'm going to take out the time enough to respond back to you. That's great customer service. But another thing, you know, we're really, really bad at as people of color when it comes to self-employed, small businesses. It's one time we get something that we don't like, and it's all, I didn't like that, you know, I'm not going back. And then we get on Facebook and bash them, which is not okay, because when you go to KFC, your chicken is not always fresh. When you go to these chain restaurants, like, you're gonna always come into an issue. But guess what? You keep going back. You know, Longhorn services has gone down tremendously, and I made a negative post towards them just because I felt like they really needed a lot of help. But guess what? It ain't stopped me from going. I still, every once in a while, want their spinach dip, and I go back. Or my favorite meal is they have this grilled chicken, lemon pepper grilled chicken meal that I love. It's gonna always come out the way I need it to come out, so I'm gonna keep going. And but small businesses, when people tend to see stuff like that, they see that one post and they'll say, oh, okay, that's why, you know, I won't go back to them, or that's why I've never gone. And it hurts it doesn't hurt their business, but it does affect it in some form or some way. So those are things we have to be mindful of. You know, just understand that everything does not always come out the same way. We would like it to be like that, and for the most part it does, but there are some times where there's different things that factor into a situation if it does not come back into, I mean, if it does not come out the way it did the last time. So that's okay, and you don't have to bash a person negatively on social media because of that. How many times have you cooked food and it doesn't always come out the way you want, you know? And so that's just what it is. But moving into the next year, I pray that we all, you know, we support each other differently. This is not a video to say I'm not being supported. It's just my little testimony as to how things have gone as a baker for me. Like I said, I know plenty of people that that will say they want certain things, and if they don't get it, it's like, well, I've been asking you to do this, and it's just like, you also didn't pay. So those things kind of get put on the back burner. They say, well, whenever you have time. Well, I have 3 children and a husband, so what do you think time look like for me? I don't have a lot of time. So you have to be very, very specific when you place your orders, and you have to pay. Simple as that. And so moving into the next year, I do plan on doing a lot more baking than I did this past year, just because I do want to continue to grow as a baker. I absolutely love baking. It's something, it's just one of those things that I enjoy. I always like the end product. I always like when the people love the end product. And so that's just been my journey. Everybody has their own journey, but those are some things that I mentioned that we should take in consideration, just because we want to be, you know, we want to be more gentle. We want to be more loving and more kind to those who are offering out their time and their energy, their finances, all these things to build up their businesses. Because I guarantee you, if you support the right people, you'll see it again. I guarantee you, if you support the right people, you'll be blessed as well. And so I believe that we should take consideration of that and look at it as sowing, you know, seed into good ground, just like we do the same, you know, for our churches. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So I pray you guys, this holiday was amazing. And as y'all can see, I am at Walmart here to make my last little stop, and then I'm back home. Well, I love you all. Y'all be blessed, and I want to say Happy New Year because it's here. Happy New Year.